There is something in your mind that is stopping you from becoming rich. That thing is envy. Envy is your first enemy in accumulating wealth. You might think that I am exaggerating, but let me tell you a story that was shared in the Psychology of Money book that will change your mind. For those who don't want to read the Psychology of Money book but want to get the benefit out of it, this video is for you. Even if you read the book, this content I'm making will make lessons stuck to your mind because I'm giving examples and explain them in a simple way for your mind to absorb it and keep it. Let's dive in. Rajat Gupta is an Indian millionaire. In 2008, his net worth was $100 million. Rajat was born in a city called Calcutta in India. His father died when he was only 16 and his mom died 2 years later. Gupta was orphaned when he was a teenager. He had a very humble background. This person really started from the bottom, and by mid-40s he was appointed as the CEO of McKinsey. It is one of the most prestigious consulting firms in the world. He retired in 2007 to take on role in United Nations and World Economic Forum, partnered with Bill Gates, sat on board of 5 public companies. From a humble life in a small town in India to one of the most successful businessmen alive. By that time, his net worth reached $100 million. If you take only 5% of that $100 million every year, you would have $600 every 1 hour. For most individuals, that is a lot of money. He could have done anything in life like traveling around the world or just retire in a nice island. Envy started to run inside Gupta's brain. Instead of looking at people below him, he was looking at billionaires and wanted to be one of them so badly. Gupta was on board of directors of Goldman Sachs. In 2008, Goldman Sachs went through a huge financial crisis. Warren Buffett planned to invest $5 billion into the bank to rescue it from bankruptcy. This move would definitely send the stock to the moon. Gupta learned about this transaction before the public. 10 seconds later, after learning this information, Gupta hung up the phone and called his hedge fund manager Raj or Mr. Raj. Raj immediately bought 175,000 shares of Goldman Sachs. Raj made a quick $1 million and Gupta made $17 million. Both Gupta and Raj went to jail for insider trading and their careers and reputations were ruined. The author here came up with a reality check question that we need to ask ourselves. Why people worth of millions of dollars are still desperate for money that they risk everything to make money they didn't have and didn't need, that they risked what they did have and did need. It doesn't make any sense when you risk something that is important for you for something that is not. Few of us will ever have $100 million like Gupta, but most of us at some point in our lives will earn enough. That is what is called envy, and that's what's stopping you from becoming rich. Sometimes we have to stop and look back into what we have instead of looking at what we want to have. John Bogle, the founder of Vanguard, told a story about how to stop your envy. He was at a party given by a billionaire on Shelter Island. Kurt Vonnegut, who is an author, informed his friend Joseph Heller, who is an author as well, that their host, who is a hedge fund manager, made more money in a single day than Heller had earned from his widely popular novel over its whole history. Heller responded, "Yes, but I have something he will never have. Enough." I was stunned by the simplicity of the word, enough, for 2 reasons. First, because I have been given so much in my own life, and second, because Joseph Heller couldn't have been more accurate. In our modern world, there are many examples of the wealthiest people in the world or the most powerful people or even many Instagram models with millions of followers. There seems to be no limit today on what is enough. The author here is trying to say that one of the hardest financial skills to build is getting the goal post to stop moving. What is meant by that is you need to know when enough is enough. When expectations rise with results, there is no logic in striving for more. Modern capitalism is good at 2 things, generating wealth and generating envy. Wanting to surpass your peers can be the fuel of hard work, but life isn't fun without a sense of enough. Happiness is very simple, but we make it complicated. It is just results minus expectations. Consider John, a baseball player who earns $500,000 a year. By any standard, he is rich. But say he plays on the same team with a pro player who makes $50 million a year. Compared to him, John is broke. The chain goes on and on and on. The point is, ceiling of social comparison is so high that virtually no one will ever reach it. The author wants you to realize that enough is when you realize the consequences. When you realize if you keep on pushing, you will regret or lose something. The only way to know how much food you can eat is until you're sick. Few try this because vomiting hurts more than any meal is good. Trust me, there are things in life that are never worth risking because they are invaluable and you will not understand it until you make millions and millions. Reputation is invaluable. Freedom and independence are invaluable. Family and friends are invaluable. Being loved by those who you want to love is invaluable. Happiness is invaluable. And your best shot at keeping these things is knowing when it's time to stop taking risks that might harm them. I made another video where I explained how hard work is not enough to reach your goal. It is another lesson learned from the Psychology of Money book. You can watch this video right here. And please don't forget to subscribe and like if you like the content.